barley soup with root vegetables, the perfect winter warmer. So you can make a gigantic big pot of this and have it for a few days or even freeze it. So what we have going in, to make it extra nutritious, I'm adding some lentils and some pearl barley, a traditional grain that's often been used in soups and stews and casseroles. And our chunky vegetables are carrots, a root vegetable like parsnip or turnip or swede, leeks, and our flavour base will be our finely chopped onion, some celery, and a little bit of thyme. And our meat, of course, is some free-range beef. So to start off, a little bit of olive oil in a big pot. You can even use a bigger pot than this. This is just a nice heavy base pot. And we're going to start off by softening up and sautéing our onion. You can hear that sizzle. And to this, I'm going to add a couple of sprigs of thyme. Don't worry about picking the leaves off. Just bruise it between your hands. Pick out the twig later, or just warn your friends and family not to eat the twig. It's like not eating the cinnamon stick. I'm sure they can manage that. So that's simmering away. I'm going to season up my beef. Just add in the celery. Even if you don't like celery, in this recipe, it forms part of the flavour base of the soup. And celery is naturally rich in sodium and potassium, so it gives a lovely salty flavour to dishes without having to add lots and lots of salt. The meat itself, though, does need some seasoning. Beef especially requires lots of seasoning, much more so than lamb. So this is just round steak that has been diced up, nice chunky pieces. You can really smell the thyme, looking good. So I'm going to add good quality beef stock to our pot. The beef is going to go in at this point. And so will the lentils and the barley. So bring this up to the boil, so crank up the heat, pop the lid on, and leave it to simmer for about an hour. And that means the meat is going to go lovely and tender. So pop the lid on, bring it up to the boil, and then reduce it to a simmer. For the last half an hour cooking, we're going to add our chunky carrots, our chunky root vegetables, and then of course the leeks. We're going to finish it off with loads of fresh parsley and some really good Irish brown soda bread. So we'll see you in a little while. Our beef and barley soup has been simmering for about an hour. Now it's important to gently simmer it, no more bubbles in that, because that means the meat will slowly cook and tenderize. So that is the beef, the barley, the lentils, the onion and the celery. So for the last half an hour we're going to add in some chunky carrots, some chunky root vegetables, so your turnip, your swede or your parsnips, and some leeks. So a lovely extra sweet oniony flavour. And if there isn't enough liquid, you can add in a little bit more stock or water. It should just be about enough here. So it's a very, very substantial soup, somewhere between a soup and a stew really. So bring that back up to the boil. It'll happen quicker with the lid on. And reduce to a simmer for another half an hour. We'll come back and we will garnish it with lots and lots of fresh parsley. Our beef and barley soup has been simmering for about an hour and a half. So we last added in our carrots, our leeks, and our turnips. Smells gorgeous. So the only thing left to do is add in lots and lots of fresh parsley. With a bit of colour. Also adds a lovely savoury taste to that. Oh, you can see it's really colourful. Really, really hearty. Scoop a big ladle of that. So this winter, why not enjoy a big pot of hearty beef and barley root vegetable soup?